Smoked meatballs with bourbon barbecue sauce on Smokin' and Drinkin'. Hey, welcome back to Smokin' and Drinkin'. I'm Mike, and it's game day today, and we are going to be making some Tailgater football meatballs on the smoker. Basically meatballs, smoked meatballs, football shaped. So let's get started. You've probably all made meatballs before, but we're going to do this smoked meatballs, and we'll go through our ingredients here. We have 1 pound of ground beef, lean ground beef. I think it's 80-20, and we have half a pound of ground Italian pork. You can just use regular pork. I like Italian pork, so we're going to give it a little bit of an Italian flair. We have, for our other ingredients, we've got, let's see, what do we got here? We've got half a cup of panko breadcrumbs, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and a quarter cup of grated Parmesan cheese. We have 1 large egg, and we have 2 cloves of minced garlic, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and we have 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and we have half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, and we'll add some salt and pepper. We have our sea salt grinder and our black pepper grinder here. We'll add those in, and then we're going to add another ingredient towards the end once we get the little footballs made. So let's get started. We also have, did I mention, we also have 1/4 cup of milk. All right, let's get started here. First, we want to put our ground beef and ground pork into our bowl. Kind of get them mixed a little bit. Don't want to overmix them. Had a subscriber tell me that you can add some baking soda or baking powder. I'm not sure what. I have to look at that again, and that will help keep the meat from getting tough. If you overmix your meat, overwork your meat, it can break down the fibers and cause your meat to be tough and kind of flat. But I'll have to look back at that and see if that was baking soda or baking powder. But I had never heard that before. We're just not going to overwork our meat just yet. So, all right, we got that kind of mixed up. I got to get this cleaned off. Should have worn gloves. That would have been easier. All right, so then we're just going to add our ingredients. We're going to start with our panko breadcrumbs, and we're just going to add them all in there. Our grated Parmesan, and our onion powder, our red pepper flakes, dried oregano, our garlic, I really like garlic. Sometimes I overdo it. The wife says, very garlicky. And then we're going to add our egg in. We're going to hold the milk for just a minute. We're going to add our egg in there. And then we're going to get it all messy and mix it up again. I'm going to get that all mixed in there real good. I could have used a little bigger bowl. I make these mistakes so you don't have to. Always, when you estimate your bowl size, or at least this is what I should do, go with just a little bit larger. Just makes life easier. if you've got a big enough vessel to work with. Just makes it even easier to get all of the ingredients blended in. I don't know if you can hear that. The natives are getting restless here. The game's about to start and they're getting excited. Okay. And then we're going to add our milk in. And this is going to help keep it moist and also help keep it bound together, keep the meatballs, hold them together. So just a half a cup, I think, is what, or a quarter cup. What did I say? Quarter cup of milk. All right, we're just about there. All right, I think that's pretty good. Make sure we get all that. Got some garlic there. I don't want to lose it. I want to keep it in there. All right, then we'll start making our little footballs. Now, you don't have to make them shaped like footballs. You just make meatballs. But, you know, they say presentation is important. They say you eat with your eyes. So, you know, why not have a little fun? So, we're going to just get started here. They're going to have to be just a little bigger than I usually make my meatballs, I think, but not too much bigger. Usually for appetizers or tailgating, I keep the meatballs a little smaller. You know, we're putting them on toothpicks, and but that's not bad. That's pretty close. There we go. And we're just going to put them right on this grate, and we're going to just smoke them right out on the smoker. We got it preheating at 250, and we are going to use a blend of oak, hickory, and mesquite pellets, and that should give it a real nice smoky flavor. Okay, that one might be just a little too big. Get a couple of them here for you, and then we'll, you don't want to sit here watching me make 20 or 30 little footballs. So we'll finish the rest of these, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, got our little footballs there. They kind of look like footballs. Have to use your imagination a little bit, but had just one little one there. That'll be all right. One thing I want to do, I want to add some Traeger burger rub. It's onion and garlic with cheese flavor. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit onto our meatballs, just to add a little extra kick or flavor. There we go. All right. When they're pretty close to being done, like the last 20 or 30 minutes, we're going to just add some, we're going to make a barbecue glaze. We're going to take some just sweet and tangy barbecue that we got at the grocery store, and probably add just a little bit of bourbon to it. Give it a little bit of that caramel flavor. So we'll do that when they're about done. So let's get these out to the smoker and get them started. Let them go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. All right, it's been about an hour on the meatballs, and I checked them with the probe thermometer, and they're at about 90 degrees. So we got a little ways to go. We're going to try and get them up to 150. So I'm going to take our our bourbon barbecue glaze, and go out and put a little glaze on them for the last 20 or 30 minutes. So, all right, let's get out to the smoker. They're looking pretty good. We're just gonna baste them up a little bit here. Just put a nice little glaze on them. They kind of look like footballs, or maybe eggs. Have to use our imaginations, but I'm sure they will taste delicious. Get these all basted up, and then let them go another 20 or 30 minutes, and then we'll get them off. Have a taste. All right, got our smoked meatballs, our smoked footballs are finished. So we need to get a taste. Okay, I went ahead and got them plated up, and let's get a taste here. Get this little guy. Wow. It's got a good smoky flavor. Even has just a little bit of a smoke ring on it. You can get a little hint of the garlic and the seasoning. I think that seasoning really added the Traeger burger rub. Onion and garlic with cheese flavor. Wow. And the glaze was just the final touch on top that really put it over. That's good. So that about does it for the smoked meatballs with bourbon barbecue glaze. As always, thanks for tuning in to Smokin' and Drinkin'. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And Prost!